Hi everyone, this is Zach. I'm the product owner at SafeDNS, and today I'm going to be telling you a few things about SafeDNS, mainly the things related to the compliance with the governmental compliance and how ISPs can work with the government without getting, let's say, punished by avoiding the rules. Um, So the first thing that I actually like to tell you about, who is SafeDNS? SafeDNS is a web filtering company that's been operating from 2011, and we basically offer a web filtering on the DNS level where you can block certain websites and categories without, and also protect yourself from malware, ransomware, and other cybersecurity malicious stuff related. Um, we have multiple products, starting with the cloud ones. We are going to be talking about the web filtering one. I'm actually going to just share my screen and show you a little bit about it. So this is our main product, which is the web filtering product. The dashboard here shows you once you register, you can register as a normal client, and once you do that, you have to integrate the dashboard into your router, or you can simply integrate by downloading the agent. The integration is simple here. We basically show you your IP. You go to the settings, the devices, and then we show you your IP. You copy your IP from here, then you put it here and add it. And then you take our IPs, either IPv4 or IPv6, and then you put them in your DNS forwarder in the router. And once that's done, you'd have to wait around 5 to 10 minutes, and then the filter will start. Once the filter starts, you can start blocking websites or categories. Starting with the categories, you can go to the categories tab in here, and then as you can see, I have almost everything blocked. You can block any certain category. We have the first list here. They are cybersecurity related, and then we have the illegal activities. We also have adult related, bandwidth hawks, and others. Let's say simply you want to be blocking social media, and you can simply come to the time wasters and then block the social media category. But let's say that you want to block the social networks, but keep one of the websites on. Because if you block the social networks, you will be blocking almost actually all of them without keeping any of them alive. I think my screen went off. Let me just reshare it. So again, let's say that you wanted to block these social networks and keeping Facebook excluded from them. You can simply come in here, so press on social networks, and then chats and messengers, save changes, and then go to the allow list and add Facebook in here. Of course, Facebook has multiple domains, and you can simply just write facebook.com, and then we'll be suggesting the rest of the domains for you. And also you can do vice versa, where you can block Facebook alone and keep the categories, the social networks category on. By doing so, you have to unblock the social networks and then go to the deny list. Once you're here, you can add Facebook, you can add Twitter, you can add any certain website. So that is regarding the settings. And then once you have that, you start making requests, and by doing so, you are able to see the stats. In the stats here, we are showing you the activity, how many requests you've done, how many of them were blocked. Of course, you can choose the time range. And also you can see the types of categories that the people that are using your network accessing. Also, you can see the exact domains that are being accessed. You can also see the exact time when this domain was accessed. Let's say that your network was breached and you wanted to check When was that? You can come to the detail tab and then the online statistics. Here you can just search for the breach and then you can check the exact time. Of course, you can make multiple policies and assign them to multiple people or multiple groups. To do so, you have to go to the settings, then to the policy, and once you're there, you can create different policies. Let's say you're running an SME and you have different departments like marketing, sales, and others. You can simply create a different policy group for each one of the departments. Let's say you do the marketing, you add it, you create the policy. Once you've created the policy, you can go back to the categories. You choose the policy and then you assign the specific settings and filter that you want to do to this policy. We also have the app blocker. It consists of 119 apps, and they're also growing. Here you can block different types of apps from cybersecurity, ecosystem applications, and then entertainment and others. So this is it for the main product that we have. We have a lot of people actually, they usually have their own filter, but they just don't have the database. Our database consists of 109 million domains. Our database is being operated by the machine learning and the artificial intelligence. It has scanned almost the whole visible internet, and it has categorized it for us into 65 categories. As you can see here, 7 of them are cybersecurity. 10 of them are cybersecurity related. Also, we have the third product, which is the ISP filter, which is a product that is mainly done for the ISPs. I don't have an exact demo because the system itself has to be integrated on premise data structure with the ISPs. But I can tell you that it has almost all the features that we have here. And yeah, it can be integrated with the ISPs, and then they can filter the traffic that they are provided to their clients, to their end users. They can simply block, as I mentioned, social networks or other categories. Regarding the compliance in many of the Middle Eastern countries, usually they have to block pornography, they have to block certain games like PUBG Mobile or certain apps like TikTok. We had a lot of use cases from the Middle East where the clients were unable to block TikTok and PUBG because they have because the domains are changing, and they were also unable to gather almost all the domains and stuff. We were able to do that for them. We provided both PUBG and TikTok in here, and then they were able to finally block these apps and games for their clients, and they became compliant with their government. There are sometimes issues where the end user can bypass the server, like by simply changing their DNS forwarder or downloading a VPN, etc. We have suggested multiple solutions for our ISP partners in the Middle East, and this would be like the ISP firstly can simply apply the feature that forces all end users traffic to be forwarded to their DNS. Like, even if the client changes their DNS forwarder, they will still be forced in the end to send the traffic to the ISP. And by doing so, they will have to be forced to go through the filter where it has the certain websites and categories blocked for the country. If the ISP could not execute the point above, like that I mentioned, Safe DNS can help the ISP by providing the list of private DNS resolvers that the end users usually use to change their DNS forwarder to, and then we will assist the ISP to block all of them. Also, if the issue is VPN, Safe DNS can block access to all popular VPNs on their end. Uh, by doing so, we are removing all the options to bypass the service. Um, I think that that's it. I actually forgot to mention that we also have the the database, the categorization database. We also have it on the on-premise, like we provided both on cloud and on-premise. So if the client doesn't want to integrate our categorization SDK into their cloud server and they wish to have it on the on-premise servers, which they have, because usually governments force the ISPs to keep their traffic locally. So we also do provide this service as well. This service allows them to, just once they get a traffic, they forward the traffic to the server that they have the categorization SDK. And then the server will tell them what category is this website related to. And then on their end, they can simply either block it or allow it. Finally, I'd like to apologize. I'm a bit sick today. It's just that my voice is not working very well, but I hope that you got the idea. So this is it for our workshop, and now I'll be taking any questions from you guys. Right, it seems that everyone got the idea. Uh, wait for the certificates and oh, we have a question. Yeah, sure. So in order to bypass the service, there are different ways, like different ways that the end user, let's say I'm an end user and my ISP is blocking social networks and I want to bypass that. So I have multiple options. Firstly, I can simply change the DNS forwarder on my device. Like I would go and find public DNS resolvers from the internet, let's say Cloudflare or any, and then I would just put it in my DNS forwarder or on the computer or on the router. And by doing so, now I have bypassed it. But say DNS provide actually the ISP on their end, they usually have a feature in their data structure. Uh, like in their system, they can simply force the end user client as long as that they are using the server, their service, sorry. No matter what DNS resolver the end user uses, they will be forced to send the traffic to the ISP. So let's say the end user changed their resolver to any other resolver beside their ISPs, it won't matter. The traffic in the end will still be forwarded to the ISP, and then by doing so, the ISP is forcing the end user to go through the filter. If the ISP does not have this feature, but they actually usually have, we, Safe DNS, we can simply block all the all the IPs of the public resolvers, so that no matter what the end user finds, they won't be able to to send traffic to another resolver. They will still be forced to send their traffic to the ISP, because if they change their DNS on their computer or the router, they will lose the internet because we have already blocked those resolvers for them. And finally, like this case is rare, but the biggest case usually is the VPN. Like it's so easy nowadays to just download a free VPN and then change the use the VPN. Safe DNS can actually, so one of our use cases, the ISP that partner that we have, they were facing a lot of issues by blocking websites because their end users were using VPN to bypass the server. What did we do? We simply blocked access to all of those popular VPN services, therefore removing the option to bypass the service. So we basically block VPNs on our end, and now the client won't be able to either download it or use it. Yeah, you're welcome, Matthew. So, James, yeah, so the deployment actually does not take more than 3 minutes, as I showed. So, let's say you want to deploy it on your device. You can simply download our agent, and we have multiple. We have our agent works on multiple platforms, from Windows to Android, macOS, iOS, and Linux. You can simply download our agent, install it like any usual set wizard installation on your device. Once you've done so, you can the agent will automatically forward the traffic into us, and the that simply is that's a just simple installation. But the other way, if you want to integrate it into your whole network, you can simply go to the settings in the dashboard, add your IP in here, and then take our IPs, put them in your DNS forwarder in the router, or like the server that you have. Let's say you're using a cloud server. You send the traffic that this cloud server is getting into our DNS resolver, and then by doing so, you've already deployed the service. So it's just a matter of 2 steps. You copy your IP, put it in our dashboard. You copy our IP, put it in your system, and then wait a few minutes until the deployment finishes, and then you will be able to use the filter. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, then. If no more questions, I guess we're ready to end our workshop in here. And I will be waiting actually for you guys to approach us anytime. We can discuss more and talk more about the deployment and the bypassing and how we can assist you into reaching the governmental compliance and also, a safe, friendly internet. So do not hesitate to reach us. We'll be sending you an email that requires a participation certificate. So I'd like to thank you all for coming today. It's been a pleasure, and have a good day.